I feel like this sense of physical and emotional displacement, whether or not this is a good or a bad thing, that's going to play out individually for each and every one of you. What I feel is a lot of you might be thrust into a new love situation or a new physical environment, okay, like a new house, a new environment. What I feel is that for those of you in a new place, you're trying to get your bearing, you're trying to like let things settle down, okay? And I feel like in terms of being able to establish new social networks, social contacts, and things like that, I feel greatly it's going to take you about like 4 months' time to find that group of friends that you feel a very strong connection with, and to also, if it's a new relationship that you have recently started, I do feel that it is going to take about 4 months' time for the communication, for the love, for the situation, the emotional, I guess, flow between the two of you. Okay, so I do feel that what it's saying is the displacement is going to clear itself up, and then you're going to start to find your footing, find your bearing again. For those of you who have recently implemented like a major new change in your own life, I feel the decision, news, decision, and the fact that you are trying to figure out, which way should I go and what should I do, all of that will start to, I guess, like come to fruition in the meantime, okay? I don't feel this is a good month for you both, for most of you, to make a decision, and especially try to, I feel somebody around you that is significant in your life. They might give you advice that seems a little bit biased to their end, like from their end. They might not give you advice that is appropriate to your situation, and this is because they might have difficulties figuring out, like what's appropriate for you, where you lie. They might not know you well enough to give you appropriate advice. That's what I'm hearing. So it's best for you to implement some type of a new phase in your life. If you need to make a decision, it's really important to consult friends, family members, and especially people that know you very well, and try to come up with a resolution on your own, because I feel like this other significant person in your life, they, I'm getting the message clouded judgment, and the choices or the decision that they're making comes from the heart, and it can be a little bit more subjective. Okay, so just try to keep that in mind. Be very patient this month. I do feel a lot of changes are coming through. I do feel like communication, contacts between friends. If you are looking for, like a sounding board, if you're looking for somebody to bounce ideas off of, I do feel like the people might not make themselves available. They're going through their own things. They're tremendously, like, I feel they're trying to sort out their living situation. That comes up first. They're also trying to sort out, major things going on in their own lives. So it might not be conducive for them to be able to help you in whenever you need them. So I don't want to say at your beck and call, but I feel like if you reach out and they're not responding, don't think about worst case scenarios. Okay, just give it some time and work through it. So I feel, patience. You have a lot of patience. So I wouldn't worry about it, but I do feel that on the emotional front, you might jump to conclusions. You might like think of the worst scenario, so that's not going to be conducive for any type of maturation in a significant interpersonal relationship. So just be very patient when dealing with other people. And the last thing I'm getting here is there's a person coming through, and I do feel you have a very emotional connection. So this is an interpersonal relationship. It could be romantic, or family or friends or something like that. You have some type of a heart soul connection with this other person. And I feel the message of confusing communication is not coming from you. I don't feel it's coming from you. It's coming from them because they're trying to sort out many, many things in their lives. Everything seems very up in the air with them. So as a result of it, try to make decisions for yourself this month and don't rely on another person. What I'm also feeling as well is one of the main things about you, Capricorns, is you have this very, very strong sense of like live and let live, and you are very loyal. You are very, very dependable. And I do sense that, you want to be careful about subjecting yourself to to your friends who always come to you when they need you, like moochers and people that only contact you because they know you're always there. And if the shoe were on the other foot, I don't know whether or not they would give you the same type of leniency. Okay, so just be careful about that. um, Aim to make decisions for yourself. I do feel social circles, social networks, professional contacts even are going to be coming through. What I do feel at first is there's some communication coming in, possibly. There's a communication, very, very important communication that might have come in around this time, or it's going to come in very, very soon. The way it's bringing about options, it's bringing about choices. So I do feel that once again, make the decisions on your own. If you need a sounding board, go to people who know you really well so that they can give you appropriate advice. Um, don't make this decision with another person or with a unit. I don't think it's going to bode well. I feel like this is more on a personal basis. So you don't need to consult too many people because deep down you know what you need to do. Okay, so trust your rational mind rather than jumping the gun or going off on a whim based on your emotional response to something. Okay, so I do feel like you're getting things settled down on your end. Things are like solidifying in a very good way. Okay, so you're on the right track. It's just try to minimize the noise coming in from other people external to you. Okay, so let's go into your reading, Capricorns. The first thing we have here is the Princess of Pentacles and the World. So both of these cards are extremely, extremely positive in well, as a cluster and also right next to each other. Okay, so the first card out of the deck is this Princess of Pentacles. So this is your energy, and you can be male or female. What it's saying here is you're starting something new. You're learning new craft, you're learning new skills. A lot of you might have recently undergone some type of educational training or even some type of vocational training situation. So you're in a really good, happy place right now. You're learning new things and you're expanding your knowledge base, okay? A lot of you might be in a situation where you're physically working on, I feel like, a lot of manual dexterity, building up something for somebody to benefit, okay? And if you look at what she's holding, it's the pentacles, but it's also like there's like wheat here. So I do feel that a lot of you might be in a nurturing capacity in some way, learning to take care of other people, or you're in a position where you are learning new skills to be able to bring something, a little bit more fruitful or to expand upon your career. This is the apprentice card. It's also like the card about expanding our knowledge base, going back to school, getting some type of internship or some type of training. The money that's coming through indicates to me it is the beginning of stability, okay? Just the very, very beginning. The hard work, once again, and I don't like saying this because I said it a few months ago, the hard work, the groundwork is pretty much laid out and the money is coming through. So financially, I feel that things are stable, consistent. You're an earth sign. You know how to manifest things and you know how to build upon financial abundance. So I don't feel that you're going to be in dire strait financially for this month. It's coupled with the World card, and the World card indicates our world expanding, okay? It indicates basically opportunities are definitely scattered all around you. I do feel that you need to grab new opportunities when it comes to either friendships, work, internships, or even any type of income generating endeavors. Whatever you do right now, they're going to in the long run they're going to come to fruition. And I do feel greatly there's this element of 4 months time where things are really going to gain momentum, gain traction, and you're going to reap a lot of rewards from it. Okay, the world in certain circumstances, and I do feel based on the energies that are coming through in, you know, the entire spread, it deals with restrictions. And the restrictions are not so much external as it is about, you know, what you want to move forward with and what decisions that you need to make for yourself, independent of other people, so that you can create and build a life that you want, that is appropriate for you. Going back to the initial message, it is a very me oriented month this month. So try to make decisions that are going to be long lasting for yourself to build your own foundation, because I feel like this is more of a self reliant, self help type of a month. Okay. What's coming through in terms of your communication? We do have the Three of Swords as well as the Eight of Wands. So let's talk about the Eight of Wands first. This is swift messages, okay? This is communication via electronic channels. This is like, you know, these are arrows and they flow pretty fast. And this also indicates as well the arrows of love. But I'm going to look into your love situation first. What I do feel is because you're building on something, there's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of information that you are absorbing, okay? So you're going to have to be very, very nimble on your feet, on your toes. And you know, Capricorn, it's the sign of the goat. You are very firm footed. And once you have your feet planted, it might be a little bit hard to budge you. So I feel that you're going to have to embody the element of the air signs where they're a little bit more nimble, they're a little bit more like versatile in order to be able to quickly switch from one thing to the next and to multitask, to do things and not be afraid about being disrupted. You know, sometimes like when we get into the flow of doing something, it's really frustrating to be constantly interrupted by other people, and then we have to like get ourselves back into that flow, to that Zen state. So I feel like the ability to concentrate or the ability to be able to work with minimal interference from other people, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for you. Okay, so I do sense in that way, that's the first message that I'm getting. So I feel like you have, if for those of you in a new job, in a new environment, and you're trying to start over, I feel like the environment is quickening. And we do have, you know, the Mars now in its rightful path is no longer in retrograde. So it speeds up everything. So everything is being like enhanced, and everything is like very, very rapid, at a very rapid pace. So I do feel that you really need to hit the ground running, and you really need to like be able to shift from one thing to the next, and to learn to multitask, and also to absorb a vast amount of information. I feel like that's what's coming through. Overall, this card is very, very positive, okay? It just means a little bit of adjustment is needed in the way that you normally do things, okay? It's coupled up here with the Three of Swords. So I'm going to talk about this interpretation. The Three of Swords deals with a separation. It deals with a situation where we feel like we feel pain, we feel regret, we feel heartache. And it also, in certain circumstances, um, this is a new interpretation that I've started encountering with this card, is rejection. Okay, it could be like not getting accepted to the program that we want. That's a rejection. Not getting the apartment, the house, the lease that we want. Not getting the classes that we want. Not getting the professor that we want. So these are like very, very minor things in the greater scheme of things, because I feel like you still have some positive cards coming through. Okay, so it can deal with a situation where you might be turned down, okay? On the other hand, going back to the initial message I mentioned about confusing communication, I do feel that's what's coming in. I see this succession of emails, text messages shooting back and forth between you and another person. And I do feel that it could be a little bit aggravating. It could be a little bit destabilizing. So I want you to just be very, very patient for this month and don't read too much in between the lines, okay? And I do sense that's going to bode well for you so that you're not inundated with negative thoughts and pessimistic, tendencies, because, that can create a self-fulfilling prophecy type of a situation as well. So don't overthink it, don't overanalyze it, because on the one hand, it looks very good. People just might be running their mouth or shooting off at the hip without serious thoughts about how their words can affect other people. So I do sense like communication messages coming through that might be very curt, that might be very blunt to the point, not sugar coated, and you feel like, wow, that stings a little bit, okay? So we're going to do the love reading and see if this is coming up in the love sector, but I do feel this is more like you're meeting, you might be in a new environment with a new crowd, and there might be just a lot of people in general. So I feel like you just be comfortable, be clear in your own foundation so that no one can basically shake you from this place of self-confidence, okay? So just be very, very firm about that. And I don't feel you're going to have a problem doing that. But versatility, being able to multitask, and being nimble on your toes, on your feet, that's going to be more of a challenge, I feel, for Capricorns. In terms of your health, let's look at this. We do have the Four of Swords, which indicates to me being mentally overtaxed and taking a break from a situation, okay? So I feel here there might be some stoppage in communication. You are waiting on communication for someone from someone, and the communication might have been problematic and it was taxing you emotionally. So you're taking some time off to recoup your strength, to heal, and to also, reflect on certain things, okay? Reflect mentally on certain things. On the other hand, if there has been like communication coming through from another person, and it could be you blocking the communication, or taking a break from that intensive conversation in order to figure out how you want to respond, okay? But I do feel this is stretching out to be like a good 2 or 3 weeks where you might be separated from another person, okay, where you might not want to deal with the situation, or you might want to take some time off for yourself to take care of responsibilities on your end, to make decisions on your end, which is what I recommend in order to know how you want to move forward, and in order to be certain as to what you want to do to move forward on your own. This is a card about retreating from a conflictual situation as well. And if someone has been, if there has been a separation and someone is also blocking out the communication, then I definitely feel that there will be contact again, okay? Because the Judgment card indicates family reunion. It indicates like the angels blowing the horns and everybody wakes up. So in a way, it is greatly about communication, about contact, about people coming back together again. And it is a renewal in a situation. What I'm feeling here is for a lot of you, so this card came out first. For a lot of you, you're hoping for a brand new beginnings. You're hoping for that ex to stop contacting you. That's what I'm picking up here. You're hoping for a situation where somebody has been like very, very confusing or very like conflictual with their messages, with their communication. You want to put an end to it so that you can have your new beginnings, so that you can move forward with this situation and have everybody see eye to eye, okay? A lot of you are actually, I feel, you might be caught in the crossfires, and you have to play mediator. And this situation you feel is a little bit like juvenile, and you don't want to take part in it. You don't want to be caught in the crossfires between two warring fractions, two um, people who are in intense arguments with one another. So you're choosing to check yourself out of this situation, and you're waiting for it to blow over. You're waiting for some circumstances I feel happening around you to blow over. So once again, retreat and, recoup your strength, do whatever you need to do, and start over. Okay. um there is a water sign in your midst, and this can play out as a male or female. This is I feel very strongly it's a water energy, possibly water sun sign. So we're talking about Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And this is somebody at their best. They're very nurturing. They're always willing to give you a shoulder to cry on. They're always willing to give you like a shoulder to lean on. They have been the sounding board for you to bounce ideas off of. And I do feel that if this is somebody from the past, there is some type of a stall blockage or taking a break from this person. Now, this person seems to me to be like somebody who's very nurturing, very caring, very emotionally deep. You can have very, very profound, deep, life-changing conversations with them. Okay, so regardless of whether or not they are a male or female, I do feel that the energy is very supportive for a loving union in every way possible. At their worst, however, they can be very indecisive. They can be a little bit like emotionally manipulative, okay? At their worst, they can also bring about a lot of confusion. They're like passive aggressive, and they might not communicate in a way that is conducive for mutual understanding. So withholding information or saying one thing meaning another, passivity and things like that. Okay, so I do want you to just see how this person plays out in your life, because it's coupled with the Hangman, which is a major arcana card, and the Hangman indicates a situation where you are going to have to do some thinking outside the box, or at least creative thinking, in order to deal with this person. So I don't know how this is going to play out for you individually, but I feel like if this is somebody coming from the past, I do feel you taking a break altogether and just moving on, okay? If this is somebody that is newly coming through, because we do have the Judgment card here, they might be in a situation where they might lead you on. Like I mentioned, somebody around you, you're giving them communication, but they're dealing with a lot of murky energy. They're dealing with a lot of like confusion, a lot of stagnation in their own life, and they might not respond to you in a timely manner. So don't assume the worst. Just give it some time, and I feel the situation will clear itself up. Okay, so I definitely feel like a lot of like reconciliation. I feel a lot of energies where you are looking at somebody from a different light and figuring out a way to move forward with them as well. Okay, so the energy is very, very beautiful. In terms of your advice cards, what we have here is the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Four of Wands. So first of all, let me talk about this. I feel like the beginning of the month, you are building upon something. You're acquiring something. And I feel like a lot of the acquisition, a lot of the things that you are building up, it's for your own foundation, okay? Not in the spirit of selfishness or anything like that, but you're building something of value that you know will be good for your future. I do feel one of the main themes for this month is about compromise. Make sure that the other person is also compromising to the same extent. I also feel what's coming through is you're very, very busy this month. You're going to be inundated with a lot of responsibilities, a lot of work, and I feel like this might be monotonous. This might feel like tedious work, sending out resumes even. This is traditionally, in the standard Rider-Waite deck, it's like sending out resumes, creating copies, multiple copies of resume, multiple copies of something. So the work seems a little bit tedious, but you like predictability. So in this situation, the work is not that troublesome for you, but I definitely feel you working very, very diligently to build something, to sustain something, and you're putting a lot of consistent effort into a situation, okay? Um, your diligence, whatever the amount of hard work you're putting in, you're going to be divinely rewarded, because I feel like you're moving away from a troublesome situation into clearer and less turbulent water. So what that means is, if in the past there might have been financial concerns, or finances are not coming in enough, I feel for a lot of you, we start off the month, there's a new job, there's a lot of new information you have to absorb. You're doing it really, really well. There might be some snags along the road, like I feel the end of the first week, going through the second week, but by the third week, I do feel that you're going to get back into that state of zen, that state of flow, and you're going to be able to learn how to do things in a smart manner, to be able to streamline things. As a result, you're becoming more productive, and as a result, your finances will start to you will start to accumulate in financial abundance, okay? So overall, it looks really good. The financial situation looking very good, as well as getting the flow of things in your new work environment. In terms of like coupleship and I guess relationships and home situations, we have the Four of Wands here. And the Four of Wands is traditionally the marriage card. There might be situations where a lot of you are, I see renewing your vows here with the Judgment card. I also feel like feasts, festivities, and generally, possibly escalating, taking the relationship to the next level, overcoming some deep-rooted issues within a relationship, taking things to the next level, and seeing eye to eye with another person. There is going to be harmony and stability brought back into your foundation, whether it is financial or whether it is physical, in the physical realm, like in the home environment. There is going to be that, okay? I also feel a lot of you might be moving. You might have been sending out like applications to land a home. A few of them might not have met the criteria. Like a few of the houses, you might have to turn them down, or you might have been turned down for a few houses. But at the end of it, you're going to find something that was preordained for you. A lot of you are moving in with another person, and I do sense like there might be a little bit of a argument or a dispute that comes in. It seems very minor. You will overcome it, and then you will both, be on the right course in order to move in with one another. So overall, this looks very, very good. I do feel new home movements, and like I mentioned, it's going to take about 4 months time in order for everything to start to stabilize on the home front, for you to start to, make it a home, to furnish it, to build furniture, to sorry, not to build furniture. Maybe some of you build furniture, but to make it really like a home, to give it personality and character so that you can call it your home. So I do sense things are looking really good, Capricorns. You have a lot of stability coming through. Be very patient when dealing with another person. I do see like unintended, like, twisting words around or misinterpreting somebody's intentions, okay? But aside from that, I do feel it's going to be pretty smooth sailing. So let me look at your love situation. I'm going back to the original deck that I normally use every month for, that I used to use for the mid-month readings. I haven't had time to do those, for individual signs, so we're going to go back to them just to see. So, 16. Capricorns. Well, you've got a lot of jumping cards. So we're pretty much getting a lot of the repeat messages, except instead of judgment, we are getting the justice card. Okay, I forgot what I was doing here. So, and the world. So I will I will talk about the cards individually, okay? So not to worry. I know it looks a little bit clustered and confusing right now, but let's just talk about the cards. So first of all, at the center of the spread, the first card that came out here is the Page of Pentacles, which is basically the same situation that we got earlier with the, I believe it was the Princess. Give me 1 second, let me find that card. Yeah, it was the Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. So we're getting the same message. Your foundation, even in love, it looks really, really good right now. I feel like for a lot of you, like I said, it is a very me-oriented month. It's not a very other-oriented month. So you need to do what is right for you. And you need to be on your own and to take care of things on the practical front, on the everyday front. So this is more of a mundane type of a card. It also indicates new options coming through for you, okay? So the card that is linked up with it here is the King of Swords in the reverse position. What I'm feeling is there is a situation for a lot of you that you are going back to from the past, okay? So we have the Death card reverse, which indicates like not moving forward, but rather moving back. And in some circumstances, moving back to a situation to resolve matters, to get closure, to cleanly extract yourself is very good. On the other hand, if the old emotions are stirred up in us and we feel like, okay, I'm going to go back to this situation, give it another try and see if it's going to work out, I'm going to advise you against that, okay? So this, once again, it's about doing what's good for you. It's not about making decisions with another person for now. We also have the Five of Cups, which is overcoming regrets, sorrow, missed opportunities from the past as well. So what I'm seeing here is for a lot of you, you might be in a situation where you are kind of like smitten, or even like you're seeing somebody and you feel as if, wow, this person has a lot of the good qualities that I'm looking for, and you're kind of like putting them on a pedestal. And you might be going back to something that you've done before, like a person from the past coming through, because we do have that very strong soul connection. I do feel like possibly a water sign. This is the Two of Cups. Possibly a water sign coming in from the past. And you're trying to gauge between two people as well. I feel that we have here an air sign coming back in, okay? So we have this air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, and then we have the person from the past, which is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Crowning this reading here is the World card, now in the reverse position, and the Queen of Coins. Both of these cards indicate to me that if you want to build something of value, of with stability, if you want a situation that's going to last through the test of time, I don't feel that the portal is open for you to go back to things from the past. Okay, I don't feel that you're going to be able to do that. The world, in certain situations, like I mentioned earlier, it indicates restriction. It indicates like blockages as well. So both of these things coming out together, it's basically telling you, look at your life right now. You're in a very, very good trajectory. And going back to the past is going to be a situation where you are going to be destabilized financially. So it wants you to, well, the universe wants you to re-examine this situation using a little bit more logic, a little bit more rationality, rather than thinking with your heart and thinking in a way that is emotion based, very subjective, okay? So using your rational faculties in order to make this decision, because I feel like there was a situation that a lot of you have invested a lot of time, possibly even a lot of resources in, and it hadn't paid off very well. And right now you're rebuilding yourself. You're in the process of like feeling good again, feeling very stable, feeling really good on your own. So it's telling you, remember what happened in the past. Don't let that repeat. Learn from the past. So don't willingly just jump into it, okay? Think about this situation a little bit more and try to, try to really analyze it. A lot of you might be dealing with another earth sign. So this is a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. I feel like if you're dealing with an earth sign, either some money being, I feel like somebody needs some help. Somebody is coming to you either for financial assistance or just for very, very strong emotional support. Like they need something from you. They might not be on their A game right now for this month. In the past, they might have been very nurturing. They were there for you, and now this month they're down on their luck, and you might have to help them. Either they might be sick and you're helping them, you're taking care of them. They might be strapped for cash. You're giving them some financial abundance. But I do feel that for a lot of you dealing with another earth sign, you're putting this person on a pedestal. And I feel like, especially if you are a Capricorn man, uh, dating like another earth sign, especially a woman, but it could be whoever you're dating. If you're like a Capricorn male dating another earth sign, I feel like you put this person on a pedestal and they're not looking too hot this month. They have a lot of possibly, I'm seeing like cold, flu illnesses. They have some type of they're dealing with some restrictions in their internal life. They're dealing with some strife. They're not on their A game. And I feel like a lot of you, if this is a romantic partner, you're stepping up, okay? Others of you might be meeting another earth sign, because I feel like the crowning energy is the thing that you're thinking about. So it could just be like a physically another earth sign, another person. And you're very, very much smitten by this person. So if it's a new person, I want you to be a little bit careful first and don't dump all of your energies in it, okay? Because I feel like this, whatever state that they're going through, I do feel it might drag on for a few more months, like another like 2 months I'm seeing. So just know that if it's the beginning of a relationship, don't rush in head first, because I feel like you might be stirred up, you might feel passion. So, just take it very, very slowly. Now, the foundation here, we have the Justice card and the High Priestess. The Justice card indicates a situation that is starting to balance itself out. The universe is doing some auto-correcting and auto-balancing. So I do feel relatively, this is a major arcana. This is a situation outside of your control. It's shown up in the upright position. So it basically tells me that for those of you even going through either divorces, legal proceedings, custody issues, alimony, all of those things associated with divvying up assets or even contracts between people. I definitely feel things are being balanced out in a way that is very just and very fair, okay? So if you're going through some type of legal issue right now, don't stress over it. I do feel that it is going to end up in a way that is universally fair for everybody involved. What I'm sensing as well is we do have the High Priestess linked up with the Justice card. Both of these are major arcana cards, and it's basically saying that the High Priestess is indicative of, this is concealing information. So what I'm feeling is, if you are in a legal proceeding, okay, the other person or you might be swirling away some money, some assets. They might have liquidated something prior to the divorce and hid the money. So I feel like you have a legal counselor coming through, in order to like help you unravel this situation. The information will come to light and a situation will end in a way that is just and fair. So if you're dealing with somebody who's like very confusing, who's a little bit like sneaky even, I do feel the situation will come to light and I do sense it will resolve in a very fair way. Okay, so don't worry, don't get frustrated, don't get worked up over it. What I'm also feeling as well is if you're dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, there might be some type of information being revealed about them that might not be 100% like your cup of tea. They might have left out some information, they might have lied by omission, they might have just outright misrepresented themselves, like misrepresented the truth. So I definitely feel this is more of a more troublesome energy with an air sign. Some information coming to light that is going to let you know whether or not this is somebody that you can stand to be, in a long-term commitment with or in a long-term relationship with. Because already I feel like it's the information coming through might not be something that you could accept so early on in a new relationship, if it's a new relationship. What I'm feeling as well is for a lot of you, you might be meeting somebody this month and they seem very, very, I feel like there's this very strong attraction because we do have the soulmate card, the Two of Cups, where two people are very like in sync with one another emotionally. um I feel like I feel like you're meeting somebody that you're very much in sync with, and words don't even need to be said, but I feel like you're craving that, affection. You're craving for them to be a little bit more verbose, to be a little bit more emotionally expressive. But I feel like you're dealing with somebody who holds their heart very, very close to their chest. So regardless of whatever sign you're dealing with in the love front, you're very expressive. You're wearing your heart on your sleeves. What you see is pretty much what you're getting with you, Capricorn. But the other person is like either they're afraid of getting hurt, or they've got things to hide, or they're just going through a phase where they're just like self-absorbed for now. Not that they're always like that, but I feel a little bit of self-absorption, retreating. So you're dealing with somebody who's not very communicative or even emotionally expressive. So I do sense, once again, the situation will start to clear itself up and you're going to get some more clarity on this situation, and especially like towards the end of the month, okay? In terms of what's coming in as well, we do have the Five of Cups in the reverse, which indicates, once again, I mentioned this earlier, the end to sorrow, the end to conflict, the end to regrets. There is almost, it seems to me like you've got a do-over in a certain situation. You've got a new perspective, a new way in which you are moving forward with your love life. You're not encountering the same blockages anymore, and a lot of you have actively severed, I feel, severed ties with the past, and you can be very nice and cordial and civil with the exes when they're no longer in your life, but when it comes to your emotions, once that's severed, once you're done, you're done. So I do feel like you're on a good trajectory right now, Capricorns. What else is coming through here is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands indicates to me like having multiple options. Wait, like all the things that you sent out are now coming back to you, bringing fruit. Okay, so if you are in a position where you're single, you're socially dating, you're sending out all these messages via online dating or via social media, all of these options are coming through for you. So what I'm feeling here is potentially water sign, earth sign, air sign. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and an air sign that might be new in the picture. Okay, so I feel like this is a new energy, the air sign. And the air sign is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So you've got some three options here for those of you who are single. You've got an ex from the past coming back in. You're severing ties, you're moving on. You've got somebody who's very, very intelligent, but not emotionally expressive, that you've really got your eyes on. They're very intelligent. I feel like they're sharp, they're witty. They can be a little bit cynical about life, but I do feel they've been through a lot too. And you've got like possibly another earth sign that you are trying to build things with. But either way, you've got many options. And for others of you who are in coupled relationships, I do feel like if your partner needs to withdraw, if they need to, focus on their own things, they will come back to you. They will crawl out of their lair in order to meet you halfway. Okay, so just be patient, take care of your own situation. If something is not going the way that you want, take a break from it, focus on other things that you can do in the meantime between now and the time that they come back. Okay, for some reason, I feel for a few of you, I feel like movement, like traveling either with a partner or to see a partner. And I see a little bit of a vast distance, possibly like an hour, 2 hours away, seeing friends, seeing other people, and then making a lot of love connections as well. Others of you, I feel like you might have recently thought about moving to a new environment. So you might be saying or it's happening now, but I definitely feel like a lot of people are around you for this month. But once again, don't let them lead you astray. Make decisions for yourself, okay? So it is going to be a very, very good month. I do feel like it's going to be a heartwarming month, and you're going to be able to understand people's intentions, to understand where they're coming from. And I do feel people that have been distant, standoffish, are coming back into the fold, okay? And they're going to bring you some information, some insight, some clarity as to why they behave that way. You're going to get like that split second of like enlightenment where you're going to see where and what people have been doing and why they are the way that they are. So I feel like some enlightenment coming through. All right, so it is going to be a very enlightening month for you, Capricorns. If you like a private reading, um please visit my website. It's in the description box below. I wish you all the best, and I'll be back for the mid-month reading. Take care of yourself, Capricorns. Bye bye.